Day 10 in the process of a 90-day cycle. We're going to go the whole 90 days. We're going to go hard, at least Monday through Friday. Saturdays and Sundays, I'm chilling. But, hey, I mean, I still run. I do some shows sometime, but you get the point. So we on the grind. Excuse me. It's early morning. I got all types of crazy things going on with my body. But, hey, here we go. Man, I'm hyped. This is going to be a great day. So let's go and get into the wisdom of our ancestors and even some of our contemporaries. Time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in the momentary avatars of individual people. William Faulkner. Oh, by the way, I'm coming from the book Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes, by yours truly. You can get that on my site. Next one is a repeat. I'm surprised I repeated this soon, but here we go. Life shrinks or expands in proportions to one's courage. I guess that one was important to me. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to your courage. All right? Man, I go 1,000 different ways with that. And that's from a nice Nan. Last but not least, the tears in your eyes do not blind you, Togo. And that's the one I'm going to pick. I know y'all like, he always pick the third. Well, no, I don't. But anyway, here we go. The tears in your eyes do not blind you. What that means to me is that it's okay to cry. And sometimes it's kind of beneficial to cry. Now, that don't necessarily say that, but crying is part of living. And many of us act like we're not gonna cry or refuse to cry and let the pain out. So we just store it down. And like I tell you, when you push stuff down into your body, it goes somewhere. When you don't express your anger, it goes somewhere. When you don't express yourself, it goes somewhere. And in going somewhere, it causes damages to your physical being. When I mean go somewhere, I mean it stores itself in certain parts of your body, on certain parts of your body. You know what I'm saying? So we have to be willing to cry, because when we cry, we open ourselves up and we release the pus of those feelings. We release that negative energy from us. And what this thing for me says is the tears in your eyes do not blind you. That means that just because you're crying does not mean that you need to stop because you can't see. No, the tears don't blind you. You know what I'm saying? Some of us think that if we're crying, we can't work. Man, if you're crying, that means you need to work a little bit harder. That means, really, because a lot of times people start to cry and cry and quit. And I can't understand, how would you allow something to drive you to tears? That's passion. How can something drive you to tears and you just turn around and stop? That's a hint for you to turn around and push harder. Don't allow nothing to push you out. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait to hear which proverb you pick, and I can't wait to hear some of your wisdom. So feel free to hit me up and let me know what you think, good or bad. This is Brother Hatim, praying that your day is as beautiful as you are. And if you would, go to www.GyeNyameJourney.com, look at the book, Gye-Nyame Journey Workbook, Tribal Quotes, and possibly purchase the book so you could continue this walk with us. This is Brother Hatim saying peace. Speak on that in a second. I want to make sure that everybody is in the room. least those that might want to be in the room can at least be in the room. Go to the chat. See where we at. We streaming? Are we streaming? Are we streaming? Everything is in process. So let's go. Let's do this.
Mr. Diddy, Mr. Diddy, Mr. Diddy.
So what? Baby, those aren't play shoes. You're coming in? That was, thank you. Thank you. That was smart. Big kid. I'll lock it. Y'all don't. You can try. All right, family, I want to welcome you. We are here on a Ujima night. We are on Tribal Quotes. And first off, I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is Tribal Quotes, and this is a Heart of a Simple production. Babies, man, oh man, oh man, I am excited. I am thrilled. I can't wait But although I know that what usually happens is that I get excited about these days and they zoom by. But we are 2 days out from the Malcolm X Festival. 2 days out. And on May 25th, that's Kuumba for those that speak the language, 2019, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., we will be at the Millennium Community School doing the Malcolm X Revolutionary Festival. At 12 noon, we will have the opening drum call. Elder Tony West going to be in the house. I forgot to speak to him, but he usually there, so we're going to have a drum call. You know what I'm saying? If we have to beat on tables, but we don't have to beat on tables because Elder Tony will be there. 1:30 p.m. jazz, greats Eddie Baird and Dr. Mark Lomax will start off their set. That will end, and then at 3 p.m. the keynote speaker will be Dr. Mark Lomax, and we're going to be talking about music and revolution. I'm looking forward to a 4 p.m. live DJ, open mic sessions. Got a few other surprises for you that's going to be popping up that day. Brother Tykees is getting his stuff ready. Y'all been seeing the stuff floating around. I know y'all done seen some of the stuff floating around. I'm so excited about this Malcolm X Festival. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to just chill, sit back and relax. Because, you know, we don't have, I'm not into doing the straight, super strict lineup. I like keeping stuff open because I have found that no matter how much I organize, I always have to deal with issues. So I don't have a lot of structure so that because I'm still going to have to deal with issues, so it don't matter how well I got to organize. There's always something that's going to pop up. Now, family, what I wanted to say is the lines are open at 614-556-4535. And if you have any questions about the Malcolm X Festival, feel free to call in. You have any comments about the Malcolm X Festival? If you came last year and you want to bring that up, we still gonna do our tribal quotes. But I want to make sure people know that we're gonna be talking about the MX Fest as well too. So that's open. Any questions you have about the Malcolm X Festival that you might want to deal with? If it rains, we will be inside. So Malcolm X Festival is going on. Rain, sleet, or snow. We're going to kick it. We're going to celebrate Malcolm X and the other revolutionary leaders. You know what I'm saying? You know, we talk about revolution. We say we need revolution. So right now, what we're doing, we're stabilizing the culture by making sure that there's a holiday in which we celebrate those revolutionary heroes. Right now, we got it on the last Kuumba of May. Man. Now, also I want to announce that, of course, G&J Mall will still be continued because this is an extension of the G&J Mall. And all of the... first off, let me thank all those that have donated. Let me thank all the vendors that are coming out, and even more are calling. It's going to be... we got some, it's some stuff going to be out there. You might want to be out there, right? Then also, I want to thank all of those who donated. And the only thing I'm saying is I pray that everybody that donated come, and those that can't, I understand, because we got Sister Kim. She sent, you know what I'm saying? She's sending dough, and she all the way in Burkina Faso. You know what I'm saying? I got people from Akron. We got people from California. We got people that are investing in what we're doing because they feel the energy, man, and I get a tingling in my spine, and I feel so good right now because, family, we did this. And that's the most beautiful part about it. We pulled this off. We don't have no sponsors. Other than the community, there is no sponsors. Other than Millennium Community School, there is no sponsors. That's us, right? Other than Gye-Nyame Journey, there is no sponsors. Other than Tawee, there is no, this is us. We have put this together, and it feels so good, right? It feels so good for months of work to come together, just like with Kwanzaa, because I'm going to be coming at y'all about the Kwanzaa piece too. We got a couple of other holidays that we're going to be popping off during the summer. So keep your ears open. You're going to be invited. Come out, eat, support the vendors. Come out, listen to the jazz. Come out and listen to the music, because we got a hot DJ, one of the hottest in the Midwest, if not the country. It's going to be spinning on the wheels of steel. Shouts out to DJ O-Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Family, is going down, right? And what I want y'all to see is what we are going to do with the Malcolm X Fest. We want to build it up. But the way we're doing the Malcolm X Fest is the way that I want to do the G&J Mall every month. I want us to be able to bring in entertainment on the inside, or if it's warm enough for us to be outside, where we could just, we might not be able to afford a stage, right? But we could go and get some studio equipment and blast it out, and people come out, because the market is the heartbeat of the people. The market is the heartbeat of the culture. So what we're trying to set up is a centralized place, an idea that other people in other cities can start doing and start building up a momentum around or within a community, right? So that we can start affecting things outside of our community. Because in this structure, in this thing that we're doing, there's going to be conversation. Because the most important thing for me is making sure that our people got a safe place where they could come and have conversations. Come and meet new people. Come and know that they're not the only ones that's rocking the ankh or rocking the shells, right? Come and know that they're not the only ones that feel like they feel. And come and know that they're not the only ones that's frustrated because they have done everything that was prescribed for them, and they still are feeling the sickness of white supremacy. Family, we are building. And like I said, I'm inviting everybody out. So if you have any questions about the Malcolm X Festival, I'm here to answer. And of course, the lines are open at 614-556 if you want to call in. And also, there's other Gye-Nyame people that can answer what I don't know. You understand what I'm saying? They're sitting out there right now, ready and waiting to serve the community, because this is what we do. Right? This is what we do. So let me go and put these lines, open these up before I get into these folk tales. Lines are open. Lines are open. Let me go and put it over here on our chat in 614. Let me see. Call-in lines. Open. Call in at 614-556-4535. All right, there we go. Beautiful. That's up. Now, also, let's see if is there anything in the news we need to cover on our timeline, because we got a whole bunch of new people on Gye-Nyame Journey. We're shooting to get 1,000 people on there. Also, family, I'm going to be doing a commercial soon, but all those that want to get plugged into the Black Signal so that you can know about all the activities that we're doing as Gye-Nyame, all the community activities, all of the meetings, when we're going to have more events, you could go on and get on the Black Signal. And how do I do that, Brother Hatil? You simply text, right? G&J to 25456. Let me post that up. Let me post that up in the chat. All right. Join the Black Signal. Text G&J to 25456, and you will be put on our text line. We got, we could hold thousands of people on there. So we want to get this up to 1,000. We want to get our Facebook page up to 1,000. We want to get our YouTube page up to at least 1,000. I'm not asking for $1 million. I'm asking for 1,000. And I know we could do it. I know we can do it. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be pumping up Gye-Nyame because we got a lot of stuff that we have to do. Simba is coming to Ohio. I don't know the dates. Simba's coming to Ohio. I don't know the dates, but we will be starting to pump that up and raising funds for that as well. Because remember, everything we do here is community driven. Everything we hear is community driven. If it wasn't for you and your beautiful self, we wouldn't be able to do a damn thing. We feed our kids because of you. We have a place where we could meet because of you. You understand what I'm saying? We're building within our community. We're doing some real nation building in our family. I am so overjoyed and so proud that I am blessed with an audience like yourself. All right, so now on to tribal quotes. Oh, my fault. Before we do that, let's see if there's anything on the timeline I need to cover. All right, come out and show out. Can we do the flyness that came through the festival last year? There is, if you look on Gye-Nyame Journey, there is a flyer up. Sister Navita be going she go all out on the flyer family. And I know a lot of y'all be like, there's too much stuff on there. I'm confused. Stop all that shit. Sit down, take some time, and look at it. Now, this is the challenge. Last year, Sister Freedom came out and was flies. I still remember the green lips. She flies. Listen. Fly. Look. She slayed, as Sister Vito put it, and she put out a flyer that say, "Cause I slay." We had people coming out rocking the jewelry, rocking the clothing, and I'm thinking that we could outdo this year. We could outdo it. Outdo what was done last year. Don't let Freedom come up in there and steal all the pictures again, cause shit, we had about 100 pictures of Freedom last year. So who gonna come and who gonna be the star of the festival this year? Right? So come on out, cause I slayed. Of course, that'll be on May 25th, 2019 from 12 to noon. Come on out. Let us know that your flyness is in the house. We're gonna have a photographer going around, and if we don't have a photographer, cause if he don't show up, I got my camera. You already know I ain't scared, right? So let's see what else is popping off. A pledge to pay Morehouse College students' debt prompts elation, envy, and a host of questions. Now, I don't remember the brother's name. Let's go and hit this up real quick. Give people time to get themselves together before they come on in and start calling in or whatever. And even if they don't call in, you already know how Brother Hatim do it. I think the brother's name is Robert Smith. And I've been hearing a lot of wrong shit about homeboy. I listened to his speech, right? Like, okay, all right. So, anyway, brother popped up at Morehouse, and he was invited to speak at Morehouse, and he's a billionaire. And he comes in, he makes his speech, and he pledges to pay everybody in that graduating class, pay their college debt. Powerful thing, right? And I know some people out there, see, I told you, bro, I said we could do it. But if you look at the amount of billionaires that we have, family, how many black billionaires are there? Really, how many million black millionaires are there? And I know a lot of y'all think that your cousin that's showing off is a fucking millionaire, but hey, come on now, let's keep it real. You understand what I'm saying? Money under the mattress counts for a little while, but we always know how that ends up. So stop living in the fantasies. So we got one billionaire, and he's going to pay off the debts of all those young men in Morehouse. But let's go. And this is from the New York Times. Days after billionaire pledged to pay the collective student debt of the entire 2019 Morehouse College graduating class. And I know some of those people, because I've been in college, And I know some of those people who took that semester off and said, damn, I graduate. I graduate. I know they mattered in hell. Y'all like, damn. That shit is, oh, shit. Can you imagine how many people might have dropped out of Morehouse just that month because they like, damn, this student debt is too much. I got 1 quarter. I think I could work this quarter. I'm going to come back. Can you imagine how many motherfuckers are sitting at home like, after they heard this shit, like, oh my God. I should have. My mama told me not to drop out. All right, days after the billionaire pledged to pay the collective student debt of the entire 2019 Morehouse College graduating class, euphoria was not the only emotion in the air. On Morehouse's Atlanta campus and beyond, administrators, students, and parents, and no shortage of philanthropy experts have spent the last few days wondering exactly how, and this is the brother's name, Robert F. Smith, a Titan tech investor, will fulfill his promise to 396 graduates. The surprise announcement was both an extraordinary gift and a complicated one. At the end of the graduation celebration on Sunday night, Shaquille Lampley returned to his dorm room on campus, opened the computer, and stared at his student loan estimates. Now listen to this. They totaled more than $200,000 in loans taken out by his mother, covering 6 years in school. I just kept looking at the number and thinking to myself, this will cripple me for life, said Mr. Lampley, 24, who earned a degree in sociology. I am so grateful and still in shock about this gift, and now I have so many questions about how this will be processed. Now, family, and also on this article, it said an average black graduate has $7,400 more in debt than white peers. Now, after 6 years of college, this dude accrued $200,000. And I'm just praying that he is not in social work. I'm praying that he didn't get his degree. I mean, let's just say if Robert Smith didn't do what he was doing, right? This dude could be graduating as a teacher. This dude could be graduating as a social service worker, coming out making between 36 and 40,000 if he lucky. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a little bit more. Let's say you're making 50. How the fuck you supposed to pay off a $200,000 loan? Family, this is why we really have to start talking and discussing, because it's a possibility that a lot of college talk that we get into is some straight hustleology. These motherfuckers is how Fela said Fela in one of his songs, he says impossibility, socialization. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like we accrue debts to get jobs that can't pay back the debts. So we are forever in debt and forever have to be on the hamster wheel of trying to pay a debt that we could never pay back. Right? This is where you run into the limits of black life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? I need a college degree to get a job. But to get the college degree, I have to go in debt. And then I have to work the job so that I can live. But now now my living is connected to me paying this debt, because I can't wipe the debt out through bankruptcy. I can't hit hard times. This debt is on me forever. My whole life. This is the reality that a lot of us deal with. And I know some of y'all like, well, if he's a teacher, they'll erase that debt if he go and teach in inner city schools. Well, I salute you and I pray that you make it through. Just saying. And y'all get mad if y'all won't. You know what I'm saying? I pray that you make it through. But this is part of the limits that we run up against, because we are dealing not with generational wealth, we are dealing with generational poverty. the older generation is supposed to help, and his mom is taking on the dad. So actually, his mom is going to be strapped with this debt and have to pay it off. And hopefully, he's an honorable person and he would do it. But but he has been blessed because he picked Life Lottery to be able to graduate in the spring of 2019, and just happened to be at a commencement speech with one black millionaire. It's maybe about 5, maybe 7 at the most. He just happened to be there, and this billionaire said, I'm going to pay it. But now there's confusion on how he's going to pay it. Is he going to get the money to the school? Is he going to send a check to each student? How is this going to happen? And then we got to ask the question, is paying a debt for these people the best way to put, as he said in his speech, to put gas in a bus? Is this the best use of the money? Right? Because we already know. I mean, the way college is set up right now is so fucked up that we honestly believe we have fallen so deep into the hustle that we honestly believe that this is the only way out. When in fact, we're moving deeper into life's trap. All right, I know y'all like, brother, I tell you, we supposed to be talking about hold on, because the Proverbs is going, I'm telling you, the Proverbs is going to give a solution. It's crystallized wisdom. We're going to be able to pull and extract not only the conversation I just had here, but the conversation about the Malcolm X Fest. Our ancestors always make ways for us to have the conversations we need here on Gye-Nyame Journey. You know why? Because we wake up in the morning and we toast them every day. So I jump in blind a lot of times, not even knowing what I'm going to talk about, because I already know that my ancestors are going to look out for me. All right, so I posted up a movie. It's an old movie. It's called Cosmic Slop. Actually, it is a funkadelic version of Twilight Zone, and that shit is hot. I looked at it and I said, damn, I forgot about this. I was looking at it. It has 3 parts. It's an excellent conversation starter, and I think that for the next G&J Mall, if we throw a movie, the movie that we will be showing is Cosmic Slop. I want the people that's coming to the movie to see it before, so that we could go through the movie and sit down and have a discussion on all 3 parts. What we liked, what we didn't like, what was the lessons that's coming out of it, because we got to start having conversation. I'm trying to tell y'all, family, part of the therapy that we need to have is to start having the conversations and then start forming the tribes and finding people of like minds, so that we can start forming the tribe, so that we can start learning how to protect ourselves and start learning how to be able to depend on each other and do trade with each other. Right? This is what the market is about. When I go to the vendors, I'm trading with the vendors. I'm trading my time that I spent on my job, or however I got the money, and I'm trading that time for your products, because your products bring value into my life. And so now we got exchange going. We got reciprocity actually working in the room. I give you something, you give me something. And we always need to be able to leave something in a transaction, because a lot of us are looking for one-ended transactions where everybody is given to us. What I'm trying to present to the community is, family, we have to develop a cycle of reciprocity within our circles. So even with the organizations that you belong to, if they are feeding you in some way, are you feeding the organization? And I ain't just talking about you and your talk. Are you feeding it with your work? Are you feeding it with your financial? You know what I'm saying? Because for me, if you really want to find out what somebody believe in, see where they spend their money. Family, if you got individuals in your organizations that never spend no time and don't spend no money, you need to boot their ass out. I'm telling you right now, because if they're not putting time as far as working, putting stuff together, getting it together, if they're not doing that and they're not donating no money, no time, no money, They just belonging to try to get as much free stuff, and we got to get rid of all those leeches, all those vampires. A vampire is an individual that comes into a situation or comes upon an individual and sucks out the life without putting anything back in it. And if he do put something back in it, it's something that's under its control so that it can get more benefits from it. So we got to be clear on that. We got to be clear on that. Uh-oh. Miss Regina says there are definitely more than 7 black billionaires in this country. Yes. The data to prove black Americans don't have net worth, etc., but that's not the full story. I think we sometimes forget I think we sometimes forget there are wealthy people because we are not living in that space. We simply don't see that space. Now, I would challenge, get the data, show us how many black billionaires there are. I believe that because I counted, and if it's more than 7, I don't think it's that many more. And then when you look at the real data, and then you also turn around and look at the images that are being presented to us, because this is the piece. One of the things I like about being able to present the data, because it helps us get into a space so that we can know what we really are. Because one part of the issue for a lot of black folks is that they don't know where they really are. And because they don't know where they really are, they're living in an illusion. And in order for us to be able to move to the next level, we got to stop living in illusions and start living in the reality that we are in so that we could change it. You can't change nothing if you don't know that you're there. As Harriet Tubman say, I could have freed more if they only knew they were slaves. In Gye-Nyame, we could only free more if they knew that they was broke. They knew they were struggling. If they really knew that they have been cast out of American life so that we could get together and work towards getting our full citizenship. Well, in my profession, I do wealth analysis daily, and I know there are more than 7. I think of 5. I can think of 5 off the top of my head that are not famous at all, like Robert Smith. He's one that's not famous. Now, when I went through the billionaires in the United States, I came up with somewhere between 7 and 12, looking at the pictures. But then I had heard about more. Oprah was on the list, but she was way down, right, as far as the billionaire list. But like I said, bring the data, because this is the issue. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove that black folks are balling in America. Because there's data. Because actually, as they say, statistics can work both ways, right? If you know how to do that, help me see that, right? But then, the majority of the people that we dealing with, come on now, where they at? You know what I'm saying? Because it's almost like many of us are living aspirational lifestyles. I'm living life on my hopes and not in my reality. When in fact, in order to move towards my hopes, I have to deal with the reality that I'm in. That's all I'm saying. But thank you for the comment, because I know you cold with what you do. And by the way, it's your day. Ain't that right, y'all? It's your day, right? Mm-hmm. That's one of my daily toasters. See, I love my daily toasters because, they be getting them early doing that work. So I better shut up before she start throwing out data and just hurt my feelings, right? But nah, throw out some data and educate me. Let me know where we really are. All right, so family, let's see what else is on this timeline here. So Cosmic Slop, I want to discuss that. So that might be I got to clear past the team. But I'd like that to be the next movie, because I haven't heard another movie pop up yet. And I know some people mad at me because I haven't seen Black Man's Burden in years, even though we showed it. And I still haven't seen that last movie that we had. I still got Navita's copy over here, and she probably cussing me out right now. But you see, I don't be having a lot of time, man. So, all right, so I have the latest newsletter up on the timeline. Go and check out the May newsletter. And I'm looking forward to putting together the newsletter for June And fam, those that want to contribute to the newsletter is one of two ways. Because one of the things that I do with the newsletter is I have outside writers. We have some outside writers like Sister Jackie put in something. Brother Kwame got a running piece on logical thinking and stuff like that. Brother Quasi and Brother D the Traveler, Brother D, the Traveler, Brother D, have been putting in articles, and what I'm trying to do is to get more of the family to start contributing articles, and then also we go down the timeline. So when I'm asking people to do the post in the timeline, some of the stuff, so you got, you know what I'm saying, and like something as short as an article and a small blur from you, that fits, you know what I'm saying, because what should I be seeing in this article is the question that you need to be throwing it up in there, or your view on the article. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be complicated because we're living in a different time, so people could go and read the article for themselves and formulate their own ideas. But, you know, I really, really think that we need to start putting out our ideas, putting out our view. You know what I'm saying? Especially being in one of the test cities in the country, right? Because we in Columbus, we have a different, you know, each region has a unique position in the system. In the Midwest, especially here in Columbus, we have a very unique position and a very unique view that we can have, because there's a lot of stuff that come out the Midwest, and like family and in my travels, I have run into very few places that can actually deal with this. Now we got cities that's bigger and louder, but I have really ran into situations that my education here has put me in a situation where I was left wanting. You understand what I'm saying? Very few. So family, you know, those of you, especially in the little circle area in the 200-mile radius of Columbus, you know what I'm saying? If you conscious, you had to really, really do some work. Well, at least you used to. Now you get on YouTube and motherfuckers become experts. But hey, it is what it is. If you like YouTube, I love it. All right, so go and get that newsletter. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you want to contribute. So you get your article. We throw some pictures up on there and we could post it. We got a post up about, let me read that for you. So we got a nice pretty picture. Karma, our ancestors, hold on. Karma. Our ancestors did not forgive. Our ancestors knew that if you are wicked enough to generate, create, or put out bad energy from evil or wicked acts, then you should reap the repercussions. Definition: forgive, Old English, forgiveness. Forgiveness, pardon, forgiveness, indulgence, from past participle of forgiven, see forgive, plus ness, from forgiven-ness, Middle English, early 14th century, the sense of to give up, desire, or power to punish. Why do you keep giving up the power to punish? What goes around cannot come around if you keep forgiving. Damn, that's deep. So this is a picture of a beautiful black woman draped in fire. Let me go and look at it again. Yep, draped in fire. And she said, what goes around cannot come around. So is this little article saying that we are blocking reciprocity? Interesting. Here goes some of the poets that's going to be showing up at the Malcolm X Festival. Revolutionary Festival, poetry, revolutionistic revolution, free expression begins at 4 p.m. Featured poets: Eugene Tynes, reciting his poem, A Tribute to the Martyrs. And then we got Universal Builder Allah doing Malcolm's speech, The House Negro, and Uh-oh. The house Negro and the field Negro. All right, I had to pull from my, because I didn't put the whole damn picture in there. What's that about, Brother Hot Tim? Listen, and Sister Navita is praising, especially Eugene Times. She said, "You got to hear it. I think we need to pour it." She loved that poem, so I'm excited to hear it. Of course, y'all know we're gonna have segments of live streaming popping off, but that don't mean you don't come out. You still need to come out, because Sisters of Fire is gonna be there. And they gonna have that salad out there. Dog, listen, because I'm coming up on my fast. I'm grubbing. I'm sorry. If y'all see me sitting down, you know what I'm saying? Just give me a little room, give me a little time, because my fast is starting on Umoja. So I'm going to enjoy myself. And I want to thank everybody who has sat through and watched me and Navita's commercial. So come on out to the festival, and we got some interesting, come out to the festival and enjoy yourself. Got some interesting cartoons. Of course, you know the Daily Toast is always up on the timeline. I have a video from Brother Toast&Talks, NBA to Escapism. It was real good. And Sister Kim be popping up on Toast&Talks. You got to really listen in. You know what I'm saying? But Sister Kim be calling in from Burkina Faso and be making some real good comments. And the comment she made was the genesis of one of the posts that she made in the group. And she might have put it on an actual timeline about the NBA. The NBA, as well as other sporting franchises, as well as acting, is finding a way to push out those that are ADOS. Now, what does ADOS stand for? American Descendants of Slavery. There's a black people that can trace their ancestry back to slavery that are here in America. And they're pushing us out. And we got to, you know what I'm saying, you got to look at some of this subtle stuff that's popping off. All right, let's keep on going, then I'll get back into it. Sister Cynthia posted up this thing about Toussaint L'Ouverture and about his birthday. Hold on. Happy birthday, Toussaint L'Ouverture, May 20th. We just passed that. Thank you, Sister Cynthia, for posting it up. So I need somebody out there to do a nice little article on Toussaint L'Ouverture for the newsletter. That would be nice. You know, I got my little Pivo, so I'm doing little fancy pictures on there. You know, advertising the Daily Toaster shirt and other stuff. All right, let's see if there's anything else I need to mention. All right, that's it for now. Oh, please check out Gina G's project, the Gye-Nyame girls. We changed the name because Sasha old enough now, so she want her credit. So it's called the Gye-Nyame girls. When we went to Detroit, go and check that out. I forgot to post it up last month. That should have been in the last month's newsletter, but it'll be in this month's newsletter. So please check out Gina G and Sasha Moss's little, you know, they want to be YouTubers. They see me doing it, so they want to do their thing. So we got to support our children. We also recorded a per onk that me and Kwame did. Me and Kwame did it about Malcolm X, and we will be finishing up this Imani for the Divine Conversations. So you can check that out on Spreaker. Let me see. Put something up there about honey. I'm going to be posting some more stuff about honey because we're going to be talking about the power of honey while I'm fasting, because the first week we're going to be able to do juice and stuff. Shouts out to Veronica Baynou for donating. Shouts out to my aunt Loretta Burrows for donating to the Malcolm X Festival. So now let's see if there's any comments. Then we get back into it. Divinely Mine will be in the place also with sticks, staffs, by Joe. Divinely Mine will be in the place also with Sticks and Stabs by George Johnson. Virginia Juice, I can't name names because that's donor data, but I'd be happy to run some live reports and show you results. And yes, it's my day. So she got, hey, prove it wrong. Cause maybe I'm on the wrong track. But hey, like I said, I'm just looking at because. So what do you think about the statistic that says that the median wealth, not income, the median wealth of the black family, of the black family is $1,700 minus depreciable assets like cars, furniture, stuff like that. It's $1,700. What do you think about that stat? All right, so let me read these proverbs, then we get into it. How long we been out? We've been up 46 minutes. So I got 3 sets. I got 6 proverbs. So now, whoever in the audience, you got to pick between 1 and 6 cards. Listen, lines are open. Don't be shy. We can talk about all this. And the Malcolm X Festival. So, so somebody gonna be selling sticks and stabs. We're gonna have jewelry. We're gonna have cleaning supplies because my coupon sister is popping up. She gonna do it. It's gonna be a food truck. Might be 2 food trucks out there. Y'all need to come on through. Listen, we not playing, right? Small Sound's gonna be providing. Shouts out to Small Sound. DJ O Sharp, and shouts out to, of course, the jazz band. And the jazz is going to be, it's gonna be good and it's gonna be deep. You know what I'm saying? So get ready. But then you're gonna learn something. You know what I'm saying? Because of course we got to bring the edutainment, right? So here we go. Day 70. Truth has no path. Truth is living and therefore changing. It has no resting place, no form, no organized institution, no philosophy. That's Bruce Lee. I gotta think about that one. All right. Truth is by nature self-evident. As soon as you remove the cobwebs of ignorance that surround it, it shines clear. That's by Mohandas Gandhi. Next, the eyes are for seeing, the ears are for hearing, and the lips to shut up. That's Haiti. All right. Number 4. This is from day 71. Man is not the creature of circumstance. Circumstances are the creature of man. We are free agents, and man is more powerful than matter. Benjamin Disraeli. Number 5. We hate some persons because we do not know them, and will not know them because we hate them. Charles Caleb Colton. Last one. Do not fight with a toothless man over a juicy bone. Once again, do not fight with a toothless man over a juicy bone. That's from Africa. That's number 6. All right, family. Come on now. Somebody type in which one you want us to start with, and we're going to break it down. Or just call in 614-556-4535. Once again, that number is 614-556-4535. For those new viewers out there, those new family members that might be dropping in a little bit later, these shows pop off on Kuji Chagalia and Ujima. You got to learn the language if you're going to be part of the fam. At 9 p.m., most of them. I only took a month off. And then we had the Daily Toast show every month. Which one? So you got 4 first. I'll start with 4, and then I'll do 6. Is that cool? All right. She said 4. Man is not the creature of circumstance. Circumstances are the creature of man. We are free agents, and man is more powerful than matter. That's from Benjamin Disraeli. So I'm going to start with number 4. Feel free, once again, let me put that number in, because I know some of y'all be scared. 614, call-in lines. Let me put it that way. Call-in lines are open at 614-556-4535. All right, here we go. Number 4. Man is not the creature of circumstances.
Call is being recorded.
All right, we got a caller. Go ahead, caller. We starting on number 4. Do I need to read it for you?
Yeah, you can read it again.
Okay, cool. Audience, let me know if y'all can hear, because this sounds like Sister Navita. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
I'm turning the mic up as much as I can. So here we go. Man is not the creature of circumstances. Circumstances are the creature of man. We are free agents, and man is more powerful than matter. Benjamin Disraeli. You want me to go first, or you want to hit that one?
You can go first.
I don't know. You ready? You sure?
I'm sure.
All right. So man is not the creature of circumstances. Now, a lot of us believe that we are, how can I put it, by itself, formed by circumstances. Now, this guy is arguing against this. Now, we got to look at the history of Benjamin Disraeli. He's saying that we are not creatures of circumstances. We are creators of circumstances. So in a sense, what this guy's talking about is taking back our ability to create circumstances. Most of us in our lives become products of circumstances rather than being creators of circumstances that create events. Many of us spend our time talking about what happened rather than being the ones that make this shit happen. Anybody disagree? So now, what this is saying, go ahead.
But, I mean, I understand what he's saying. It's pretty much the term that comes to mind is when you get lemons, make lemonade. That's what I think of when I hear that.
You said when you get who?
Lemons, you make lemonade.
Okay.
That's what I think of when I hear it. But I do feel that people can be a product of their environment.
Now, this is not arguing against that point. What this is saying is that we are creators of circumstances, right? Of course, the environment or the circumstances can influence you. But the danger is when you think that you are a sole product of just that circumstance, rather than, like, for example, I'm a divine being. One of the things that we do when we talking about Gye-Nyame is, like, for example, a lot of times people be like, you know, I didn't choose to be born. You know, one of the lessons in Gye-Nyame is, yes, you did. You chose to be born. You chose your parents. I know for some of y'all, be like, that's fucked up. But it puts a form of control in your hands. All right, you in a fucked up circumstance, and this fucked up circumstance can form you. But what can you do to move? What work can you do? Rather, because some people just give up and just allow the circumstance to cascade through their life and totally fuck up everything. Like when we're talking about like white supremacy or the system that we in, we're not sitting around saying, all right, keep on beating us. We ain't gonna. No, we getting up and we're taking action. We're moving to make shit happen. We're creating circumstances in which we could create the reality that we want. rather than sitting around and being a motherfucking whining victim. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I'm gonna fight back. You know what I'm saying? I can take the circumstances I'm in, I can accept the reality of the circumstances, and I can make other circumstances happen, and I don't have to be shaped, formed, and controlled by the circumstances that I'm in. And that's what I'm picking. I hope I ain't taking too far from it.
Yeah, I got you. I see that.
Now, Sister Idris was going back on a point that I made earlier. Sister Regina saying, I think it's true for some, but not all. Meaning implies that there are people on both ends of the spectrum. We don't know about billionaires because we're not billionaires. We simply don't see elite wealth. A list of billionaires online isn't an accurate gauge. Billionaire high assets, so whatever public list there may be is skewed by its very complications. There's a private business owner in Georgia who is a billionaire, who are his two adult children. There's three right there. I guarantee that there aren't on any list. The fact black family is not alone. But how? All right. Because this is what's happening, right? So, if I say the median wealth is at 1,700, and you say, okay, boom, what? So this means that 50% are above 1,700 and 50% are below 1,700. All right? Now, it ain't saying how high above 1,700, and it's not saying how low below 1,700. But we got an idea when we say the term median that over 50% of our people, that's 1 out of every 2, are below $1,700. 1 out of every 2. Now, also, in comparison, when we look at the wealth of this nation, we already know that we control less than 3% of that. Right? Now, and then in comparison to our white counterparts, is the amount of billionaires in the black community or with black folks, and I'm talking about ADOS, not immigrants, I'm talking about directly here, right? Out of those billionaires, is the number equivalent to the number, like for example, if we are 4 out of 10, right? And out of that 4, we could say 2% of them are billionaires, right? Or should be. Because in the other group that controls the other 6, you could say at least 1% or 2% of them are billionaires. And then we got a whole nother group that are millionaires. Now, does our wealth reflect a fair balance within our community, or not even a fair balance? Does it show a balance in our community? Because it's like we talk about these billionaires, and you say that we don't see them because we don't run in those circles. But could it be because there are no circles? And I know you're gonna say no, but the of us are below $1,700. That's a problem. It is for me. Because like I said, that's 1 out of 2. And so one of them now, and also what that shows also is that there's a great disparity in our community. Almost a sense of serfdom to actually take advantage of their American citizenship. When we look at the median wealth of other groups, it's not skewed like ours. It's not skewed like ours. But sisters say, I think it's true for some. I'm saying there are more than 7 or 12. But is not. All right, let's get back to it. Is it 1% of black folks? And then if we take the number, and then all right, so out of all the billionaires, you know what I'm saying, we should have maybe about 10% of us that are millionaires. When we look at the distribution of wealth in other groups, especially here in America, you can see a pattern where the wealth is flowing down For us, it's calcified. And a majority of the individuals that are holding the wealth are boomers. Right? Or I could be wrong. But like I said, you got the data, I don't. Right? I'm speaking from like, you know, from here and all this. But you analyze that shit. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because if we look at the percentage of millionaires for white folks, it is not equivalent to the percentage of, and I ain't talking about where we measure because they are a larger part of the population, but the percentage within their group is a lot different than the percentage in our group. And we look at the percentage of the billionaires in their group, and we look at the percentage, it's not the same. There's something wrong.
Get him. Get him.
Bro, I'm sorry. So, man is not the creature. I'm sorry, go ahead.
So basically, he's just saying that you don't have to be the victim of your circumstances. Like you said, just create. If you are in a situation and you do put in the work to create a different circumstance.
Why now? Because I'm like, you're not going to be able to get away directly from the circumstance, but because part of my mission is to get people to recognize where they are. Like, in order for me, if I was an alcoholic or a drug addict, I first have to admit that I am alcoholic before I can free myself. Truth, as they say, truth will set you free. And many people have not faced the truth of where they are. And because they don't face the truth of where they are, they can't start manipulating the circumstances around them because they are still chained to, as you said, their environment. They haven't looked around the environment and looked at the truth of their environment. So hence, they are being hit with something that they don't understand or possibly that they might not even see. And we can see this in relationships, where motherfuckers constantly run into the same people. I just got away from you. But damn, I ended up dating somebody else and I thought they was totally different, but it's you again. Why do I keep ending up in the same situation? Some of us do the same shit with jobs. We leave one job and we fall right back into the same situation because we haven't really looked at where we are. We haven't really looked at what we're carrying. We haven't looked at some of those instances that may have formed us and been able to face them and really deal with them so that we can move and start creating new circumstances for ourselves. You can't never do that from an illusionary point. You can't. You got to have a foundation up under you. And that foundation starts with the truth.
I was about to start on that boy became.
Why is the fire? Got to. All right.
I need you.
He says, circumstances are creatures of man. We create circumstances.
Don't let me.
So like when you said, making lemonade from lemons, right? He's taking it to a point where he's saying, somebody just called me, and why would they call me when I'm doing my damn show? Why would you do that? He's saying that not only can you take lemons to make the lemonade, but in some form of fashion, man creates you know what I'm saying, plants the trees that makes the damn lemons that you got in the first, you know what I'm saying, a man caused that to happen. So he's saying that we as men and women have the ability to cause things to happen. Like, for example, where we are in our struggle, what we're trying to do, we're trying to create circumstances that will create the next generation that will be able to take the struggle farther than us. Because if we're not doing that, we're not laying a foundation for them, if we're not planting the seeds for them to do better than us, what the fuck are we doing? Miss Cynthia Johnson say, oftentimes the truth is too painful to face, or some people may think that the lies are their truth, or try to make them their truth. But once again, that gets back to the laws of Maya, right? Being able to distinguish the real from the unreal. There's a reason for that. Because in the real, In the real is the magic of life. In illusion is the tricks that keep you stuck. It keeps you locked in a loop. So you keep running into the same thing over again, like they say, repeating lessons. So what we have to be able to do is to look at the truth and be like, damn, why am I doing that?
We just have to create circumstances. They have created circumstances, and we have to get ourselves in a mindset to create circumstances as well.
Oh, man. Exactly. There you go. See, because somebody planted a tree that made that created the lemons that a motherfucker gave you, and now you got to make lemonade. So now we be like, boom, all right, cool. We want to plant trees for the next generation that are sweeter. And if we live our lives in a proper fashion, we may be able to drink the sweeter fruit that we don't need no sugar to make better. You understand what I'm saying? We could create circumstances through which we not only could change our lives, but we could change the lives of those that's coming behind us. Because we are in a generational war, and this is one of the pieces that we have to start really understanding. Right? It don't stop with us. The world don't stop because I die. My job is to be able to not only pass on the baton, but to make sure that the next runner has the proper equipment to continue forward, and hopefully in a faster way than I did. What we've been doing is hell. We got old people that's holding on to the baton, not wanting to let the motherfucker go. We got motherfuckers that didn't prepare. Some of them didn't prepare for us to even be able to run the goddamn race.
So listen, 400 plus years of slavery was a circumstance that was created.
Right.
So someone decided to create a circumstance to end that. So,
or expanded.
Well, it transformed into something different. But that particular form at that time was changed through the actions of man, I guess you could say.
Yes.
The proverb is saying.
Yes. Every major thing that has happened in man's history has been a result of things that men and women have done. Everything. Of course, we're going to get some. Go ahead.
Was there a point then within that 400 plus year span, was there some people that decided to live in the circumstance and not try to change the circumstances?
Yes.
Is that why it lasted so long?
Well, let's say this. Because all throughout the diaspora, even in America, you had those that directly tried to change, and you had those that passively tried to change, and then you had those who just settled for the situation. The passive resistance, I'm breaking the rakes, I'm not working, I'm gonna pick as little as I can, I'm gonna do as little as I can to support this shit because this shit ain't right. I got a family, I can't run with them, boom, boom, boom. So they did the passive thing, but then you had the active, and this is why I have a problem with having these type of discussions with some people, because I'm not that good at history, but I have a briefing of history. So I'm able to look at my people and see that we didn't just lie down and just take this shit. Whether we talk about slavery, because it was actually 250 years of slavery. But even within that 250 years, you had the rebellions, you had the uprisings, you had the little secret colonies that were being formed. You know what I'm saying? The Maroons. You know what I'm saying? You had all types of resistance popping off. So just like we have many reactions to Donald Trump, we had many different reactions and many different groups forming around this whole idea of slavery and freedom. Some motherfuckers wanted to stay, some wanted to go, some was like, well, shit, I'm gonna buy my time right now. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't going out there in the sun. I'm gonna find it, break them goddamn rakes, poison the pigs, poison the bull, goddammit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do something, you know what I'm saying? And we got to understand. So there was many different angles, you know. And then, like, for example, if you look at our history, we have always strove, at least until possibly maybe, because even in this day, because we're an example of that, where we're trying to create circumstances rather than being formed by circumstances. Even on a plantation, you have people creating circumstances rather than just being a victim of a fucking circumstance. You have people building maroon colonies once again. You have people rebelling. They are creating circumstances. Harriet Tubman creating circumstances. Frederick Douglass creating circumstances, and all those individuals that we never hear about that was creating circumstances. We may even had some people that decided to stay in slavery so that other people could go and be free. But those histories we don't know, right? And then coming out of this whole concept of slavery, we look at all of the people who created circumstances of freedom that were attacked and not protected, and not protected by the government, not protected by their right to be citizens or their citizenship, and shit was taken and stripped. We talked about that a little bit today when we sitting down politicking today with Lumina. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we have always strove to create circumstances. And he says a man is more powerful than matter. Now those that gave up saw themselves as just commodities or matter to be exchanged by other individuals that they believed were more powerful than themselves. But you had some of us like, I'm not. Goddamn, I'm a man, goddammit. I'm a woman. I'm not a product. I'm not matter. I'm not matter, I matter. Goddammit. You know what I'm saying? And that was part of it. All right, so let me move on. I hope I did. Unless you got another comment on that one, we at least could get one more in before I have to lay it down, because I got to be at work.
I'm good. Go ahead.
You ain't got to rush me. I'm just joking. All right. She said also number 6, do not fight with a toothless man over a juicy bone. You gonna have to go.
That one right there.
Go ahead.
I look at that like, don't fight up with nobody that ain't got shit to lose.
Or, go ahead.
Because even though if y'all fight over the juicy bone, what you are going to, what you eat with what your teeth, I mean, he ain't worried about it because he ain't going to lose nothing nowhere. His shit already gone.
he gonna have to gnaw that motherfucker for a very long time. And it's sort of like,
yeah, but he don't care. He don't care because he feel like he ain't got shit to lose anyway. He got all his whole left front quarter panel is missing, so he don't care.
But
never deal with somebody who ain't got shit to lose. You don't want to fuck with a motherfucker who ain't got shit to lose.
That's true.
I ain't doing it.
She said.
That's funny.
Sister Davida said,
man, motherfucker just fight you just because they know. He can't even fuck with that bone for real. But you know what? He gonna fight because he know at the end he ain't got shit to lose. You fuck around, y'all both be sitting there with no teeth in your mouth.
Yep. And then also, because I was looking at it from a different angle, because he can't use the goddamn bone anyway. All you gotta do is wait this motherfucker out. I ain't got to argue with you. Ain't got no teeth. What the fuck you gonna do with the bone? And it's sort of like, let's say the bone is an argument, and a lot of times we engage in conversation with people over the juicy bone, which is the idea or whatever, and they ain't got no goddamn teeth.
Wrong number, lady.
Why am I gonna fight you when you ain't got nothing to even, because you don't even understand? I mean, you have no means of consuming this bone. I'm gonna look just as stupid as you. You know how they say if you walk in, you know, a wise man never argues with a fool, because if a stranger walked in the room, you wouldn't be able to tell who's the wise man and who's the fool.
Yeah.
I think this one kind of fit in that one too, along with what you're saying as well. You know what I'm saying? Stop arguing over the bone of our freedom with people who don't have teeth.
So they're like a dog, and two dogs are fighting over this juicy bone. One ain't got no teeth, and one does. Well, you know what? He might pull and end up pulling your shit out.
What the hell? Oh.
You know what? He want to see you lose like he loses. That's what it does.
Hold on, Avita. My speaker went out. I want to make sure they heard you, because that's a good point. Oh shit! Hold on. All right. I got so many cords and wires around this motherfucker. Go ahead. It should pick up. I don't believe this damn cheap ass speaker. It wasn't cheap when I bought it, but now these motherfuckers, they be breaking down and electronics. You be like, man, I just bought this damn thing. And all of a sudden,
User error. I'm just kidding.
you say user error. You better stop trying to make me look bad. I'm doing the best that I can on Gye-Nyame Journey. We operating on a budget. Got a budget. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm creating circumstances. Let's just say that.
That's right. That's right.
All right, so you should be coming up right about now. Go ahead, Sister Navita.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So another, like, okay, say for example, there's this car you want, and all you got in your pocket is $150 for the car, and the car costs $150, but the dude next to you got 50 cents. But he's going to bid you on the car. He's going to keep bidding you so you can lose all your money.
That's true.
And then in the end, you know what I'm saying? In the end, he ain't got nothing to lose. He only has 50 cents. Now you down to zero, and he got 50 cents. But he didn't have nothing to lose anyway, because you know what? He had no skin in the game.
No skin in the game.
For real. He was just waiting to see
What you gonna do?
Was going to do. He's
Right.
gassing you up to watch you fall down. You can't let people gas you up. Now, I used to always say, which I don't believe that now, but for years I always believed that you could never trust a person with two front teeth missing.
Well, goddamn, I got one.
They,
The fuck?
well, they don't look like you got one missing to me, but I always used to say that, and I'm going to take it back now. But I always used to say that because, I mean, if you get into it with them, I mean, shit, they two front teeth is missing. They ain't got shit to lose. So they already angry because they teeth is missing in the front. And so you want to get into it with a person who ain't got shit to lose in a fight. Like, what you going to do? I mean, that fuck around how you losing your teeth. That, that sit there. What I take out of that is don't fuck with somebody who ain't got shit to lose.
She said, leave toothless motherfuckers alone. If they toothless, you know what I'm saying? And please understand, teeth can be in a sense that Sister Navita is using, but teeth also represent a metaphor, being able to help in a digestion process, being able to break stuff down. So not only I mean, because a lot of times in some of these arguments, like for example, when you get in arguments with people and they really don't have no skin in the argument. Like, why argue with people that don't have skin in the game? Why am I going to try to convince you? Go ahead.
And like if you go into, like you hang out with somebody who ain't got no job, don't have no family to take care of, don't have no kids like that, you know what I'm saying? They don't have a problem with going out and acting willy-nilly over some shit because they don't have nothing to lose.
Right.
But you do.
Right. Or don't mind even starting, starting a conflict because they ain't got nowhere to go and, like you said, nothing to lose. And it's sort of, I mean, it's like, like I said, because it's all a matter of being able to deal with people that, for lack of a better term, that are on your level. Or at least respect, or respect where you are on your level. A mutual respect. I understand you got to work. I'm about to go out. I ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? Might even encourage you to do the right thing. I want to go out with you. No, nigga, you need to, you got a job. You need to get up. You got to go serve the community. Boom, boom, boom. Those are real friends.
Let's go over here and steal this real quick, or I'm about to do this. Like I can't do that. I got a whole family. I go to jail. Or talk.
Oh, you punk.
You got a wife at home, but he want to take you to the strip club so y'all can go to the champagne room.
Hey, watch yourself. Watch yourself. You out of bounds, lady.
Because he ain't got nothing to lose. He can go home and go straight to bed, but you got to go home to your wife and explain why you came home at 5 in with lipstick on your collar. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you always trying to step on somebody's toes? I don't know. I mean, you following a nigga around or something?
A circumstance. They created that circumstance.
Okay, all right. So you got to create another circumstance to get up out the trouble. You see how the Proverbs work together? So changing the subject from the strip club and 5 o'clock in the morning, like, I mean, I got to check my phone to make sure y'all ain't following the nigga around here or something.
Because I remember old school used to always say, like, married people should not hang around with single people.
I could dig that.
I'm older, I see why, because single people do single shit. So they ain't got to worry about coming home and answering to a family.
They ain't got nothing to lose as far as that. It's sort of like the toothless, though. So in a relationship, they are toothless. Or same thing with a person without a job. An employed person might not, the best company to keep might not be your unemployed homie. He's toothless when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? He has, as Sister Navita put, he has absolutely nothing to lose. Same thing with relationships. A lot of us get in relationship with toothless motherfuckers. They don't got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Like my son loves a good toothless bitch, I'm telling you. My son will take on a toothless bitch. I'll be like, man, you got too much to lose. He ain't got shit to lose. And he ends up losing every fucking time.
You don't be like I told you so.
Dealing with people who don't got, like on your level. Dealing with people on your level. My uncle, it reminds me of a relative of mine who told me a story about him and some friends of his. And the one friend had a job, working, and the rest of them kind of wasn't working, and they like to get high and shit like that. They stopped at the gas station. He's like, they'll take us to the gas station. They go to the gas station. He's sitting in the car all innocently. They robbed the gas station.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? They hop in the car. They ride off. They get pulled over. He don't know what the hell's going on. And they all go to jail. And guess who loses their job? And everybody else who had nothing to lose.
Damn. Toothless. You know what I'm saying? In the struggle, family, we can't be, you know what I'm saying? We can't have toothless lions in our struggle. We can't have toothless motherfuckers in our struggle. We can't be working with two. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know what I'm saying? Skin in the game. Skin in the game. Skin in the game. But yo, check this out, family. We did 2 of them tonight. We could do the rest of them on the Toast and Talk, because I'm gonna be up early. Kuumba. We could do the show unless people say, hey, we need to do a live toast. Because I can't put this show on live. I can switch the camera around. I got the mics. We can do the show live up at the Malcolm X Festival after we got everything set up. You know what I'm saying? That's on y'all. You know, y'all let me know what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I can let the family know what's going to pop off. And we can do that. You know what I'm saying? But
you can do even like live commentary or
hell
whatever
yeah.
from the people at the festival.
Hell yeah, I got that. I mean, we could do that. That's absolutely nothing for Gye-Nyame Journey, because like I said, we balling on a budget here. I done saved up and I got my birthday gift. I could swivel the camera anywhere I want. I got other stuff where I can push a button and the camera go from this picture that you have right here to where it'll zoom in on people around the room and push another button and the camera will move by its damn self. Listen, family, if y'all want to sit down and actually have a live daily toast conversation, you know what I'm saying? Daily toast conversation. I'll provide the donuts. I'll provide the coffee. Or better yet, Gye-Nyame will. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm broke. Let me talk to the account real quick. Hold on. I need to talk, Sister Navita.
Yeah.
We got money in the budget for donuts and coffee for daily toast.
I'm pretty sure we do.
All right, so now I gotta call Sister Tracy and see, cause I don't, the brothers, I could deal with them being mad at me, but the sisters in the tribe, I don't like that shit. Women got a way of just fucking a nigga's head all up and shit. Just say little fly shit and be all fucked up. You like, I don't believe that. Dudes, we get it. We get it old, you know what I'm saying? Be like, all right, cool. All right, man, that was fucked up, but we gonna work that out. Sisters in the tribe is a whole nother thing. So, but like I said, family, y'all need to let us know, because if not, I'll do my show early and be done. And other than that, I'm just gonna be podcasting and broadcasting the bands and the poets, because there's one poet that Sister DeVita, tell them about the poet that you want to make sure that everybody there to see.
Excuse me, I want everybody to see both of them. And I know the one brother named Eugene Time is doing his own poem that he wrote. And it's an awesome poem called A Tribute to the Martyrs. And it's a must hear for everyone. And it's a good way to engage that into a post. So, y'all have to tune in for that. It's a breathtaking, mind-blowing experience.
You're supposed to keep talking.
Say what?
You're supposed to keep talking. No dead air, as Carl
I
said.
couldn't tell. I mean, that's all I had to say. Well, everybody just come out to the festival and support the artists, because art is a form of revolution and can be used as a form of revolution.
Artists are the vanguard of the revolution. They go first. They open up the way that, and we got to be able to. That's why it's important to support the artists in your communities. At least the homegrown artists, because a lot of these fake ass artists that's being thrown up in front of us right now are not products of the struggle. You understand what I'm saying? They are manufactured to misguide us and mislead folks. But the artists usually are the first one to pick up on the vibes of revolution, and are able to express the feelings and the pains of the people. And we have to be aware of that. So, family, this has been another episode of Tribal Quotes. I want to thank you for joining us. Shouts out to Miss Regina Idrisu. Shouts out to Miss Cynthia Johnson. Of course, shouts out to Miss Navita Nelson and whoever else was checking it out. And those of you that will be checking us out in the future, I want to send shouts out to you. And I want to thank you for taking the time for joining us here in the place where your hustle builds muscle. I want to welcome you to the congregation of the mighty. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. What's wrong with you, girl? Anime don't sound that good. I might have to take her to the vet. This is a Heart of a Simba production. And we just did another tribal quotes. Day 70 and 71. So we've been doing this for 70 weeks. Damn. Again, this is the third, maybe the fourth time I done did this. I've been talking to myself for a long time. I'm so glad people come to the festivals now because I don't be feeling all lonely all the damn time. Can you imagine I done did 1,000 shows and never had people even tune in. Man, I'm dead. We better win. Well, I'm gonna kick everybody's ass in heaven. Or wherever we gonna be, wherever losers go. So we better win. God damn it. And we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Family, I will see those of you that are daily toasters, those rare few individuals that are bold and brave enough to get their ass up early in the morning and come toast the ancestors with me. You know what I'm saying? And some of you have strange sleep patterns and shit like that too. You welcome. You know what I'm saying? And so I will see you then. I'm out. Peace. Great day. This is Brother Hatim coming at you live with tribal quotes. Man, listen, I love that beat. I'm sitting up here grooving to it right now, but listen, let's get into what we need to get into. Let's handle our business. Let's keep it moving now. Tribal quotes, for those that don't know, tribal quotes is a show where we look at quotes or proverbs and we try to break them down for the day and we share the information with each other. I'm sharing my perspective. I would love for you to share your perspective, okay? On all my shows, if you have input, please feel free to send it in. Join me at GyeNyameJourney.com on Facebook or GyeNyameJourney.com on Google Plus, or you could tweet me, or you could Facebook me just as Brother Hatim, or however you want to get in touch with me. Just get it to me. Also, if you have a favorite quote that you want to read, you MP3 it and send it to me as well. And we can have a discussion about that, or if you want to complete it with the discussion and how you use that principle in your life, we definitely cover that. Step 1, we define the proverb for ourselves. I define the proverb for me. Step 2, tell you how I can use it in my life. So here we go. Here are the 3 proverbs for day 18. Do you believe it? We are on day 18. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. Non-being is the greatest joy. God is, that's Lao Tzu. God is the friend of silence. See how nature, trees, flowers, grass grows in silence. See the stars, the moon, and the sun, how they move in silence. Mother Teresa. If you attach yourself too closely to a human being, he treats you cheaply. Now, once again, there's something wrong on page 18, just like there was something wrong on page 17. Can you tell me what is wrong with the proverbs or the quotes on that page? Let me know. And if you can let me know, I will send you a book. I will either send you the PDF or I will send you the book. But the one I'm going to break down today is the very first one. Health is the greatest possession. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. Non-being is the greatest joy. Now, 3 of those I can attest to. Health is the greatest possession. I agree with that. That's why I'm working on mines right now. That's why I'm doing on mile 3, and that's why I'm doing give yourself permission. Wealth is the greatest. Health is the greatest possession, because without health, you can't achieve anything else out here physically. Next, contentment is the greatest treasure. Being content, learning to be content, learning to be satisfied and work with what you have. Man, I could dig that. Learning to work with what you have brings the greatest joy. It's the greatest treasure. Confidence is the greatest friend. And I agree, confidence is the greatest friend, because it sure will boost you up in all types of situations. So yeah, confidence can be your greatest friend. Last but not least, non-being is the greatest joy. I haven't experienced, I guess in maybe sleep state or near death state, I have experienced the non-being part. You know what I'm saying? The non-being, where we are beyond this world and the limits of this world. And I'm working on getting there. And because I'm working on getting there, I felt it was important that I at least drop that proverb on you. I don't want you to neglect any of the other proverbs, but while I'm free, I want to be able to give you that proverb so that you can work with it. All right. This is Brother Tim, and I'm saying I did part 1, I did part 2. I'm saying peace. You have a great and marvelous day. Be sure to check me out, www.GyeMeJourney.com. Also download the podcast. Download the link. The app. Peace.
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, and let's build together.
Women, but most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the golden fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
Yimbuba is an acronym, Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means lion, of course. With that, we're working with resiliency. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. Giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind, body, universal balance, empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? Too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Cause when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black.
You were born to be great.
Mr. Deity.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Days, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Yo, this is Quasi Low in the Cap City, and you are listening to Gye-Nyame Journey.
Peace, this is Brother Hatim, and you are on Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Going directly into tribal quotes, the rebroadcast, as we can only bring it to you here on Gye-Nyame, and the show is Tribal Quotes, and we on day 50.
Great day, great day, great day. This is Brother Tim coming at you live and direct. Man, I've been waiting and anticipating. This is my first Tribal Quote show over the Hangout. I don't know how many people is going to show up, if anybody's going to show up, but regardless of how the guests go down, we're going to have a good time. I want to thank everybody that's taking the time to watch this video. And basically what this is I'm going to run through some quick proverbs, and more than likely we will pick one to discuss. And in picking the one, we might expand a little bit, because what I want to show people is that this ancient wisdom, these old sayings, some of these proverbs, some of these folk tales with all my shows, I'm trying to connect people back to some of the ancient wisdom, because in the ancient wisdom is a lot of the answers that we are seeking in life. And we kind of cut ourselves off because we think that it's old-fashioned to open up a book. It's old-fashioned to quote a proverb when you're having a discussion. It's old-fashioned to tell a story. Nobody wants to hear stories, but if all this is true, then tell me why the movie industry is still booming. If nobody want to hear stories, tell me why music is still selling, because music is about putting stories to music. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes throwing some of these wise sayings in with it. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times to help you validate some of your points, you need to expand your mind and pull on some of the old wisdom. That's why we call it wisdom mining, because sometimes it's hard. All right, so now let's get started. Today we on day 50. Now, for those that are new to this, I've been doing tribal quotes for a while, and I already got 49 prior shows on Spreaker. And I'll post up the Spreaker address where you could catch up with the shows for those that's interested. But I'm on number 50 today. So let's get started. Day 50.
I'm coming from the Gye-Nyame Journey workbook, Tribal Quotes by myself, Brother Hatim. I just compiled these. I didn't create these. I just found these over perusing the internet, reading books, and talking to some wise elders who happen to remember where the quote came from. All right, so here we go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. He who is unable to live in society or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself must be either a beast or a god. And last, the child that is not crying has no need to be nursed. That's from Haiti. Now, for those that are interested, you can post your questions up if you don't want to jump right in that on the Hangout. I'm new at this, so I'm still learning. So you can post your questions up. We also have a chat box where those of you that are interested in having something to say but don't necessarily want to get right on, you want to let me know that you're here and you want me to pull you in the best way I can, I'll do that. Also, for those that we got questions and answers, let me make sure nobody is on. No, that's not the one. Oh, here you go, right here. All right, cool. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a screen share real quick so y'all can have a look at so that you can have a look at the Proverbs as well. All right, so day 50, I'm going to read them again. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi. Number 2, he who is unable to live in society or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself must be either a beast or a god. Last, the child that is not crying has no need to be nursed. Now, we see the number 1 and the number 2. Okay. Now, this in my book, what I did, I structured each day as a study day. You go in those proverbs during the day. You look for instances where you could use the proverb or the proverb would make sense, because as you start living your life in a certain way, you'll start noticing different things. And this is a process, and it's a 90-day process. I won't get all into that. You go to the beginning of the video where I had the intro. You know what I'm saying? I had a intro to the Hangout. You get all the information on how to work this. Anybody's interested in the book, if you go to the marketplace on the side of the book, you can see it. I hope I did it right. Oops, I didn't share. I'm sorry. I was just talking. So now I'm sharing. And I don't want to share like that. Like I said, I'm still learning. And that's the beautiful thing about this internet. You got to get up and you got to do it. So I want to, let's do that. So here we go. So that you can see how it looks.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
Proverbs. Now we're about to get into our discussion.
This
We're
is
gonna have a good time doing this. So let me go on back to the screen.
Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
In case somebody come in. Wow. Man, modern technology, man, is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I didn't even present to everybody. I am so sorry. So let's go back. There we go. All right, so day 50. Here you go right here. I'm screen sharing. So once again, let's read it again for those that are coming in. You might not have seen them. Day 50. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Mahatma Gandhi.
He who is unable to live in our society or who has no need because he is sufficient for himself must be either a beast or a god. That's Aristotle. The last one, a child that is not crying has no need to be nursed. That's Haiti. All right, so let's jump right into this. I'm gonna pull my screen back up. Boom. Let's do that. Stop. Now, here we go. So, we got 3 powerful proverbs. I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to start with the one from Haiti first. We get to the other ones. If there's any questions, feel free to shoot me a question. I don't know if it'll pop up on the screen. I don't even know if the text will pop up on the screen. Some of the people out there that may be viewing, let me know. I don't know if you're trying to get through. I got one person out there. If you're trying to get through, hit me up. Let me know. Send me a text. My phone is up and is running. I don't have no text on here, I don't think. All right. So here we go. Better yet, let me send a link out before. So now we get started. All right. Oh, Miss Ross is in the house. What's up? How you doing? Doing? Come on. All right, well, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. But hey, we're gonna kick it anyway. Hopefully your sound will kick in. All right, she hung out, she fell off. She could try to get back on. So I encourage you to get back on so we can start the conversation. But now, the child that is not crying has no need to be nursed. That's the one I'm gonna work on today because this one is gonna be very powerful. This one is very powerful because this one follows a motif. Now, in the Native American tradition, they have a thing called umblacha, which is called a vision quest or crying for a vision. We often hear about prophets going to a private place and in their prayer, they start. The simple aspect for me for this proverb, the child that is not crying has no need to be nursed, is the same as the squeaky wheel get the oil. So when a child is in pain or a child is uncomfortable or a child is hungry, we will strive to feed that child. We'll make sure that that child is fed because that's our role as the parents. But a lot of times I don't think we really understand our role as parents because, and I know I'm going to offend a lot of y'all, right? Because it's got some Bible thumpers, some Quran thumpers, and some Bhagavad Gita thumpers. But to your child, you are God. You are the closest thing to God. You know what I'm saying? So when the mother, especially the mother, that's why the feminine energy is so important in this whole piece of nation building that we're talking about. When we're talking about nation building, the woman is one of the most important elements. And I'm gonna put my up here for a second so that y'all can see. Now, because the mother, for all intents and purposes, is the first provider, the first teacher, the first love of the child. And for that child, that parent is God, is everything. That's a mother to a child is everything. Now the dad is a visitor. You know what I'm saying? My daughters let me know how insignificant I was when they was born. Because when they was first born, I could pick them up, but they didn't want to deal with me because I didn't have no breast. I wasn't able to provide them with no sustenance. So they would tolerate me. My daughters tolerated me. Now they're older, they're running around a little bit. They appreciate me more because I could take them to the park. They appreciate me more because I could do more things. But in the beginning of life, the mother is the center of their reality. And what happens a lot of times is that through modernization, we have started eliminating the role of the mother because we become so busy. We start working so much, right? We have to work.
So we take the mother away, and the mother, in a lot of instances, take the child to a daycare facility, you know what I'm saying, to a factory to be reared while she's at work slaving, right? You know, because motherhood is not that important. Now, Brother Hatim, how you get all the way on that from this proverb? Because when a child cries, the one that answers first in most cases is the mother, because the mother is always going to be the closest to the child. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? When we look at nature, and especially for our species, the mother is the closest to the child. So when a child cries, the child is saying, hey, I need to be nursed. Hey, I need to be changed. Hey, I want to move. You know what I'm saying? And then as the child starts getting older, some of the selfish stuff start coming in, right? Now, I think I might got a question or a comment or something. Let's go here. Like I said, I'm still learning, y'all, so work with me. And I'm loving, if you have a question, feel free to post it. If you have a comment, feel free to post it. You know, my chat room is open. And I'm loving this. I just got a text. All right, so now I got some people out there that's trying to join. So Sister Janelle, all you gotta do is click on the link. Now in the Hangout, I posted on a link where you could come directly in. I just sent you I'm gonna send another invitation out. I sent you an invitation. You click on it and you come on. I don't know if your stuff wasn't working. You're not gonna be able to talk right away because I got it set up in a certain way. So when you come on, be able to hear you. All right. So now let me get back. So we're talking about the mother, right? And when a child cries, right? Now, this is something that we all need to remember, because with the creator, with the one source, with what some people call God, what some people call Allah, or whatever you choose to call your creator, we have like a parent-child relationship, right? And a lot of us forget that as a parent, right, if the creator is like our parent, sometimes we need to cry, because in a sense we have become so grown that we have detached ourselves from that eternal essence that's around us. And sometimes to get a response from that eternal essence, we need to cry. This is why when you see in certain traditions, there will be certain times where communities of people or tribes of people or cities of people would gather together and celebrate, but then they also would have days of mourning. And those people that was really embedded in the culture would actually cry and wail on those days, because those were the days that they needed the creator to open up to them. Oftentimes, we don't receive the spiritual help that we need because we are not acting in the right way. You know, we calm ourselves and we pray, we humble ourselves and we pray in a plain fashion, and you know, we do our hands. Y'all see me, I got my picture. We do our hands like this, and we do a nice little solemn prayer to our creator, or by whatever we choose to call the creator. We do that solemn prayer, but that solemn prayer doesn't have the energy to make it to the creator all the times. The creator is in all places at all times, but sometimes we have to unleash that cry so that we can receive the aid that we need. Some of you in your life right now, some of y'all need a grown to humble yourself and allow the tears to flow. You too bold and you too proud to wail. And as a people, you know what I'm saying? When I get into some of the special situations like with Simba, or when I'm blessed to go to a Sundance and I'm in a ritual environment, I'm able to cry for the state of my people. We don't have enough black folks crying for the state of our people. You know, I mean, we doing crazy videos and shit like that, but we're not really bemoaning the state of our black community. And to mourn the state of our community is not to surrender to it. It's seeking an aid bigger than ourselves. It's realizing that there is something bigger than us that we need to call on.
And regardless of what you call that force, we need that force in our community now. And in order to get it, we got to follow this proverb. The child that is not crying has no need to be nursed. Because we're not crying, we're not getting the attention of our ancestors. Because we're not crying, we're not getting the attention of our creator. You know what I'm saying? We're not acting in the right way. So sometimes we have to really humble ourselves and act. You know what I'm saying? And act in groups. You know what I'm saying? Brothers, we need to get together and we really need to have a sit down, a talk, and a morning session. So we can let some of this shit go. And when we let it go in our mourning and in our weeping and in our pleading, in our crying in our crying to be nursed, we open up to receive the blessings that we need as a group. You know, because it's cool to cry for you, but realize our children is facing a horrible situation. Our children are facing a sad situation. Our children are facing a detrimental situation. And, you know, we get.
All right, this brother Hatim. No, I don't know what just happened, man. That it dropped. I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube stuff. So what I'm doing is I'm expanding my RAM. I'm moving beyond my comfort zone, like some of the things I've been telling y'all over the years. So I'll go to YouTube, I record this video, and now it's not uploading the whole video. I am confused, right? So now, first, before I end this show, because, you know, getting this way past my bedtime, I want to send out shots to Jacqueline C. Brooks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. You know, this is one of my sisters from another mother, and she's also a writer. I'm waiting for her to bring out her book so that I can go on and announce it on here. Hopefully, I'll be big enough so some of y'all will be listening to me enough to go and purchase her book. You know, so just sending shots out to Jackie. So now I need to go and let you know this.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Now, for those that may want to get the whole show, you can go to my Gye-Nyame Journey YouTube and get it, or go to my Gye-Nyame Journey on my Gye-Nyame Journey on Google Plus, and also get the whole show. So it's been a pleasure, and thank you for taking the time to listen. Dang, I didn't even post this thing up on Facebook. Oh well. It is what it is. It was good anyway. So and with that, I'm out. This is Ghost in the Shell by Mr. Deere.
Mr. Deere.
I keep trying to stop, but they keep pulling me back. My sister Jackie has just sent me a text, and in it she has a point that I need to share. Jackie, thank you for being the first one. No, my fault. You're the second one. Thank you for being the second person to send me a live text over the show. And basically what she wrote, she said, I think you are really hitting a great lesson on mourning. We have to stop discounting our mental health, and we must realize how we can start to heal independently as well as a community. And she's a prolific writer, and I mean, I really can't add nothing to that. If she had something else she wanted me to say, of course I would say it, Jackie. I would start another show just to make sure that your words were heard, because I believe that you are one of the individuals that people need to hear from. You have always had your head on your shoulders, and you out there doing your thing. So this is Brother Hatim, and this will be the end of Gye-Nyame Journey unless my sister send me another message. She probably typing right now. I don't know, Jack. She typing right now. I'm gonna pause for a second just for you, Jack. I'm pausing right now, Jackie. I'm gonna pause, Jackie. I'm gonna put the music back on, Jackie, and because I know you're gonna send something else here. So I'm gonna pause. Hear the music. Listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Civil production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. Fading out, Jackie. I'm waiting. But if not, thank you for joining me for Gye-Nyame Journey, whether you live or whether you catch the podcast. With that, this is Brother Hatim. I'm out.
Mr. Deity.
This is Coach Faith. You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Shout out to the Millennium Rockets drill team.
Support the journey. We need your feedback as well as your input. If you have an MP3 that you would like to send in to be broadcast over one of the shows, send it to Hatim, HA2TIM at GyeNyameJourney.com.
This is Cleveland, and you're listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
This is Tress, and you are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio.
What up, what up, what up? Good night, good night, good night. Yo, this is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct, and I wanted to do the rebroadcast of Tribal Quotes from yesterday. It was a real good show. It was about an hour and 30 minutes. It's close to somewhere around there. So I won't play the whole thing. I'm going to play maybe the first 20 minutes. I want to thank Sister Ross for joining me on the show. She came on and it was kind of late and we had a real good discussion. So if you want to listen to the whole show, you have to go to the YouTube channel, Gye-Nyame Journey on YouTube. The link is up in the description box. So go and make sure you check it out. Follow us on Google+. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. All right, yo. So let's get started. Let's jump right into this Tribal Quotes Day 51. This is a rebroadcast. I'm still on air, so I'll be able to get all of your comments. If you want to make some, I can answer some questions if you want to, because we can have a dialogue. Out there listening, I'm ready to work. All right, this is Brother Hatim, and we're going to jump right into Tribal Quotes. Peace, this is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. Today, Tribal Quotes, and we're going to start with day 51. This is the 51st day. For those that had a book, you turn to page 51. For those that don't have the book, I am going to put up on the screen day 51 for you. But I want to thank everybody for taking the time to come and join me, whether you listen to me live or you're listening to the rebroadcast. I really appreciate the time that you do take, so we are going to use the time wisely. So I'm going to put up on screen what it is we're going to be working with. And right now, there you have it. We are on day 51. So let's get into the Proverbs. Now, make sure you follow me on Google+, Gye-Nyame Journey, on Facebook, Gye-Nyame Journey as well. Follow me on Twitter on Gye-Nyame Radio or Gye-Nyame, Gnyame, Journey at Gye-Nyame Journey. All right. So we're going to get it and get busy. There go day 51. So let's walk through it. So first, I'm going to go through and I'm going to read the Proverbs, and I'm going to come back and pick the one that I want to work with, and then we're going to work through the rest of them, time allowing. I like to make these quick unless you join a hangout and you have comments or questions. I got the text thing up as well, so you can direct message me as well from the hangout spot, whether it's on YouTube or whether it's on the Google Plus Launchpad, the spot where I advertise is at. But you can launch your questions in, or even some of your comments. I'm interested in how you feel about these, because you may have something to teach me. I'm on my Google Plus page. I shared this at the bottom of the description so that you can have it for yourself and you can work through it. If you need instructions, you can go to the trailer, and on the trailer I give instructions on how to work it. So let's get into it. The first one is by Natalie Goldberg, and the stress is basically a disconnection from the earth, a forgetting of the breath. Nothing is that, just lie down. Next one is by Theodore Roosevelt. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success along with people. We're going to get on that one. Last but not least, from Tanzania, we have the roaring lion kills no game. That's the one from Tanzania. All right, so let me get off the screen share. Everybody, go back up through them, read them again. Stress is basically a disconnection from the earth, a forgetting of the breath. Nothing is that important, just lie down. Natalie Goldberg. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. Theodore Roosevelt. The roaring lion kills no game. Wow. So now, here we go. So we're looking at these proverbs, and one of the things I love about the proverbs, regardless of where they come from, I call them crystallized wisdom. So that's why I call it wisdom mining, because we're going down, we're digging deep into the proverb and trying to get to that crystallized wisdom, which is the treasure, because wisdom from anywhere is useful, you know what I'm saying? And you always got to be on the watch out for wisdom, because I know there's a lot of people who you wouldn't think that you could learn something from, but sometimes if you just shut up long enough, you can catch some wisdom. And that's what I suggest for a lot of people. Catch the wisdom. Don't get caught up in the foolishness. So now, let's go to the one that I want to work with at this point in time, then I'll work with the rest one. I'm going to work with number 2. The most important single ingredient in the formula of success is knowing how to get along with people. This is Theodore Roosevelt. Now, that's a powerful proverb, but everything has a good side and a bad side, because I know some people who have the ability to get along with everybody, but getting along with everybody doesn't mean that you kowtow to everybody. Getting along with everybody doesn't mean that you have to agree with everybody. Getting along with everybody doesn't mean that you have to make everybody happy, because another proverb that we covered, and I think it was by Bill Cosby on some days earlier, was that the quickest way to failure is to try to satisfy everybody. So getting along with people is different than trying to satisfy everyone. Getting along with people simply means that you're comfortable enough with yourself that you can walk in a room and be able to talk to everybody. Getting along with somebody doesn't mean that you have to even like them. You know what I'm saying? But the ability to politic with other people, the ability to appreciate the humanity in other people, the ability to see yourself in other people makes you very powerful. And it gives you access to something that a lot of people don't have. See, because a lot of people take themselves so seriously that they cannot, listen to me, they cannot separate themselves from the issues that they're dealing with. They cannot look at something objectively long enough so that they can solve the problem. And in doing this, when they are trying to deal with other people, they no longer deal with that person. They are dealing with that person's beliefs. They are dealing with that person's view of the world rather than dealing with that person as a person. So in essence, they cannot get along with that person. You know how some people say, I can't stand them. I can't stand her. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about standing them. It's about seeing the humanity in them. It's about self in them. It's about being able to make a connection. You don't have to agree with them to get your point across, to get the things that you need done. You know what I'm saying? But you do need to be able to get along with people. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stand them to get along with them. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure many of y'all got people in your life you can't stand that you stood around. Some of y'all are in relationships right now with people you can't stand.
but you can get along with them. You see what I'm saying? Some of y'all got family members that you can't stand, but when it comes time for that family dinner, you could get along with them. You know what I'm saying? You might not agree with their point of view. Many of us want to just surround ourselves with people with our point of view, but that's one of the worst things that you can do, because when you only hang of like mind, right, it kind of limits your ability to grow. It limits your ability to think, because everybody's thinking a lot. Everybody alike. Everybody is agreeing. It kind of weakens you. It kind of extracts you from the wisdom mining. You see what I'm saying? Because you usually find wisdom in places where you got to get dirty, in places where you got to sweat. That's where you find the wisdom. And in order to be able to do that, you need to be able to get along with people long enough so that you can get their wisdom. I done got some of the best wisdom from people that I can't stand are some of my best teachers. Why? Because I'm able to get along with them. I am able to listen to them long enough to see where I'm weak at, and I'm able to be with them long enough to get their perspective, so I know how to maneuver in certain situations. And you need to develop that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? It's called politicking, not lying. I ain't saying lie to get along with them. Anybody that wants you to agree with them all the time, you don't need to be around them, because they are like a parasite. They live off of the satisfaction of thinking that everybody likes them. They want everybody to like them. And if that's the type of person you're around, then you may need to get away from them, because that person won't be able to grow, because anything that comes outside of their range of understanding, they're not going to be able to get with. Anything new, they're not going to be able to get with it. So you ain't going to be able to grow from that person anyway. But you may need them for something. So you do need to cultivate the ability to get along. All right. So that's the one that I wanted to focus on today. But let's go in to some of the other proverbs that's on this page. This is day 51. We've been doing this. We done did this 51 times. And those of you that have been following me on Spreaker, I'm thank you. Those people that are new, you go to Spreaker and you can catch up. All right. Now let's go to this. The first one. Stress is basically a disconnection from the earth, a forgetting of the breath. Nothing is that important. Just lie down. Let's first start with stress is basically a disconnection from the earth. Now, this is my perspective. I would love to hear your perspective. Feel free to text me what you think about the Proverbs, because like I said, I'm always open to learn something new. And those of you that want to join the Hangout, by all means, join the Hangout. Send me a text, send me an email. Let me know that you want to get in here. I will get you in. You know what I'm saying? If not this show, on another one. All right. Stress is basically a disconnection from the earth. Now, we have to understand that we come from the earth. Now, because I want to get into why this is so important, and why a lot of us go through what we go through. A lot of us got a negative God complex. Brother Hatim, what you mean by a negative God complex? We actually think that as a divine being, which we all are divine, right? But we're not unique, because every creature on this planet is divine, and every creature on this planet shares one mother, and that mother is the earth. We all come from the earth. The very food that we eat to nourish ourselves comes from the earth. The very air that we breathe comes from the earth. You know what I'm saying? The very water that we drink, and all the liquids come from the earth. The very molecules and cells that make up our body comes from the earth. So when we become disconnected from the earth, we become disconnected from ourselves, which causes stress. Usually, stress is caused from an outside stimulus, and our reaction to that outside stimulus. And our reaction to that outside stimulus automatically cuts us off, because many of us in this negative God complex, right? We think that we come from somewhere else, and we automatically think that we are not part of the earth. So we damage the earth. We pollute the earth. We allow others to damage the earth. We allow others to pollute the earth. So this increases the amount of separation that we have. And this separation from the earth that we have begins to make us sick. And then she says, a forgetting of the breath. Oh my God. Oh my God. Basically, she's given a prescription in this proverb for meditation. See, because when we meditate, we sit on the earth, or we sit on something that's made from the earth, and we relax, and we start to breathe. And as we breathe, we pull in the air from the earth, which can calm us down. And as we breathe, we start feeling and reestablishing the connection from the earth. Everybody that's on the journey, everybody that's here with me, everybody that's listening, whether you're live or whether it's Memorex, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you practice your breathing. Take a minute and focus on your breathing. You know what I'm saying? See how it connects you to everything you are, everything that's around you. And every now and then, those of you that work in the office buildings, where a lot of us get stressed, make sure you step outside. Make sure you step outside. If there's any natural things around you, any trees, any bushes, try to stand by them and get some true air from the earth. Breathe and relax. And the last piece, which I love about this one, it says, nothing is that important. Disconnecting yourself from the earth and forgetting our breath, there's nothing that is that important. Because when we cut ourselves off from the earth, because I want you to check this out, when we cut ourselves off from the earth, right? When we have a disconnection from the earth and we forget to breathe, we are killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves. And some of y'all are like, well, that's kind of spiritual. No, I'm not just talking about the spiritual piece. When we're not taking enough air, we are killing ourselves. When we are not breathing and we're not taking that breath, we are killing ourselves. And she states that nothing is that important. Just lie down. Take a break. Take a break. When the stress is mounting up on you, remember your connection to the earth. Remember to take your breath. Remember to breathe. Remember your breathe. And then remember, there's nothing more important than your connection to the earth and to your breathing. Nothing is important. Because in tough situations, because I want y'all to understand this, the system is designed to keep us stressed out, to separate us from the earth, to disconnect us from the earth. It's designed to do that. It's designed to disconnect us from our breath. Because if I'm disconnected from the earth, I'm unhealthy. If I'm disconnected from my breath, I can't think properly. If I can't think properly, I make rash decisions. And the system is based on us making rash decisions. They find us for making rash decisions. They get us to buy things because we make rash decisions. They get us to desire things because we make rash decisions. You know what I'm saying? We go out and purchase medicines and herbs and stuff because we are disconnected from the earth. I mean, this whole system is built up on building stress within an individual. And this proverb by itself, if you don't hear nothing else that I ever say, this proverb by itself is a prescription to a better life. And by you taking the prescription, oh man, you become a more powerful person. When you start getting stressed, remember your connection to the earth, remember your breath, and remember to take your breath, remember to breathe. Remember that nothing is that important. Nothing is that important. What should separate you from your mother? What should separate you from your breath? You know, in martial arts, one of the reasons that individuals kia, you know, when people make fun of people making karate sounds, yeah, and they screaming, yeah, part of the screaming is one,
to allow them to release energy from their body. But if you ever been around somebody that has cultivated that ability, they are able to do a scream that's at such an intensity that if you are not ready for it, it will freeze you up just for a second, just long enough for them to get their strike off on you. That Kia is meant to stress you out, disconnect you from the earth, and stop you from breathing. And in that second, that's when they got you. You understand what I'm saying? We got to understand that this is a deep science. This is a deep science. I've been enjoying. I'm thinking this is Miss Ross. I'm gonna turn on your mic. Give me a second.
I had it off because of my.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome in. You got something you want to say about the proverb?
I wanted to listen. Try and get my.
I'm trying to get your bearings. I got you. So now I'm on the last one right now. The last one is the roaring lion kills no game. The roaring lion kills no game. All right. So this one is a very powerful lesson because this one, we know people like this. We know people that are loud. We know people that are braggadocious. We know people who do a lot of talking, right? They do a lot of talking. And it's like, this was a lesson from my ancestors, the teachers, that a lot of times those that's doing all the talking can't get the game. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lion can't go hunting and be roaring, because every time he roars, he's letting everybody know what he's going to do. You know what I'm saying? When a lion hunts, the lion crouches down real low into the bush. When a lion is hunting, it's looking for hiding places before it strikes. And when it strikes, it tries to move out and surprise its enemy. And check this out. Going back to the first proverb, the lion tries to jump out at a person, disconnect them from the earth, and take their breath. Because in that moment of surprise, the lion is on your ass. He got you. And he's going to extract every little bit of your life. He's going to drain you. You know what I'm saying? So now, when we are moving towards opportunity, when we are working our plans, sometimes it's good for us to shut our mouth and not let the world know what we're doing. As we approach our prey, we need to get quiet. As we approach our prey, we need to get smaller. You know what I'm saying? Like the lesson yesterday. You know what I'm saying? It's like the resilient piece. It's like bow. The quote went something like let me find it. The quote from the story yesterday said, "Stoop to conquer." I mean, it's so incredible to me how this stuff be lining up. Those that didn't catch the show yesterday, the lesson, the oak and the reeds. It's called the oak and the reeds. I did a folk test for grown folks yesterday on the oak and the reeds. Basically, it talked about the difference in how an oak tree deals with a stressful situation, and it deals with how the reeds dealt with a stressful situation. The oak tree stands strong against the stress of the wind, and eventually it cracks when a mighty storm hits. But the reeds, at a subtle hint of the wind, the weeds start to bend. And it says, bow to conquer. Sometime when we are striving to conquer something, sometime when we're trying to take over fields, sometime when we're trying to build up ourselves, sometime when we're moving towards greatness, we have to make ourselves small. Because what happens is, if we alert greatness that we're hunting. If we alert opportunity that we're about to grab it, it flees. So sometimes we got to creep up on greatness. Sometimes we got to ease up on our opportunities. Sometimes we got to sneak up on victory. Man, that's dope. Oh Lord, I mean that's dope. Sometimes you got to sneak up on greatness. Sometimes you got to sneak up on opportunity. Sometimes you got to sneak up on victory. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Yes. So now I went through all these, right? And the piece is, when we start talking about these, because this is what I want y'all to understand. I always put 224 self-help process when I'm putting my stuff out. If you want to find anything by me, all you have to do is type in 224 self-help process. And what is that? That's where an individual on a journey promises to spend at least 2 hours a day, 2 hours within a 24-hour period on working on themselves. Now let me give you a testimony for myself, man. Listen, I was wore out when I came home from work today. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, I got very agitated. My daughter's just now starting school. She came into the office, and I was real short with her. My son came in, and I was short with him, and I got them together, and I left the office. And as I left the office, as soon as I walk in the door, my baby girl ran up to me and say she want to go to the park. So I get up and I take them to the park. But you know, if you doing the father thing, when you take your children to the park, you're not just taking them to the park, you have to play with them. You know what I'm saying? So they like to climb and all that. I'm not climbing because I taught them how to climb, and I want to make sure they're able to get out there, get some of the fresh air, get some of the sunshine, and climb and get the dust and be around other kids and just be exposed to all that stuff out there. But when they come to swinging, they want to swing. So I got to go out and swing, and I'm tired. And I'm swinging them. I swing as long as I can, and I sit down because I take a chair out to the park and sit down and wait for them to get done. So knowing that they're not going to want to stop, I decide I give them about an hour, and then I bring them home. So I bring them home, and I start feeling sleepy. I start feeling wore out. So I go lay down. And so I'm gonna get up at 9 o'clock. I go lay down about 7. I said I'm gonna lay down to 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock come, I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling tired. Listen to me, and I want y'all to get this. I'm feeling tired. I'm wore out. I don't want to get up, so I give myself another 15 minutes, and I'm even more tired in 15 minutes. And then I'm so tired I didn't even tell my kids to come to bed. So at 9:30, my daughters come upstairs to check on me, and they lay down. So I get up and I come down and I say, I'm about to cancel the show. I'm about to cancel the show. Now let me wrap this up. So when I talk about the 224 process, self-help process, the reason I'm big up in this process is because I try to spend at least 2 hours a day working on myself, working on my stuff. I do at least a half an hour of that 2 hours working on some Gye-Nyame stuff. So I'm trying to put together a book for Gye-Nyame. And when I do this stuff right here, I'm doing this for Gye-Nyame as well as myself. This is part of my process. So as I'm sitting here with you on this mic, I'm hot, I'm sweating, and when I started, my energy was low, but I started talking about these proverbs, and for some reason, the ashe started running in me. The energy, that ashe, that breath start coming up in me as I start talking about this wisdom that's flowing out these pages. You know, and I'm trying to tell you, man, it's really something when you can sit down and dedicate some time to you, because from somewhere beyond yourself. See, when you're working on yourself, what you start to find out is that there are forces bigger than you. And when you need
get the most. Once you start, all you got to do is start. And it might seem like an impossible task. You might feel terribly tired, or you might feel that the obstacle that you're trying to get over is too much. You might feel that the weight that you want to lose, you can't lose. You might feel that the new math that you need to learn, you can't learn. You might think that the verses that you want to memorize, you can't memorize. You might think that the time that you want to get in a run, you can't get. You might think that the business you want to start, you can't do. But when you start working on yourself and you start applying yourself and you open yourself up, you'd be surprised the amount of energy you get. You'd be surprised how much power will flow through you. Because right now, dude, I was only planning to do this show for 10 minutes. I'm timing myself. And right now, I'm at 28 minutes and 38 seconds. I was supposed to be done 18 minutes ago, but it hit. Y'all got to understand that this is real. When I start talking about the 224 self-help process, see, because what happens is 2 hours turn to 3 hours, and 3 hours turn to 4 hours, and 4 hours turn to 5 hours. And some of y'all out there like, brother, how you gonna spend 5 hours working on yourself? Listen to me. By the time you generate the energy to work on yourself for 5 hours a day, you are going to be getting paid. Listen to me. Because mastery, when you start getting into something and you start mastering your skill, you start mastering yourself, and you start meeting your goals in some form of fashion, the universe is going to reward you. And the way that the universe rewards you, right, it's different for different people, but in some form of fashion, it always leads to some type of currency. And currency just don't have to be greenbacks. There's other ways to get currency. Because listen, man. Oh, man, look. The roaring lion gets no game. You got to creep up on it. See, I had to creep up on the radio show because I was tired. I was, and I couldn't release what I needed to release until I started. And when I started, man, I'm sitting up here, I'm sweating, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm just trying to tell y'all, look, this is real. Once you start working on yourself, man, once you start and start applying this wisdom. Now, this is the challenge for all those out there. Now, when I wrote this book, I put this book together. And the book is a 90-day process where each day you go through and you're supposed to work on 3. But for the program, you're supposed to work on all 3 proverbs, which if you want the book, you can still do it. I said a 90-day process because I broke the year down into quarters. And you're supposed to start working with this book on your birthday and go 90 days out because the year is broken down. I broke the year down into 4 different quarters. And the quarter at the beginning of your birthday is like your winter. It's like the spring. My fault. It's like the winter. It's the beginning. So in a sense, well, actually, it's more like the spring. It's the spring, and it's like once you start reading this book, you're planting seeds. So every day for 90 days, you're planting 3 seeds. 3 seeds of wisdom that you sit down, you break down for yourself. Right? And then you identify how you can use this or when you have used this in your life because you're reminding yourself about your innate wisdom. See, because when we talk about self-mastery, because when you look on my stuff, sometimes you see the term self-mastery. Self-mastery, once again, I keep telling people is a misname, it's a misnomer, right? Because it's not the self that needs to be mastered. But I use the term self-mastery because in mastering, what we find out is that we start aligning with the self because the definition of the self from Gye-Nyame is the self is the absolute, complete, and perfect qualities of a being that are not determined by external circumstances. This is how you know when you're operating outside yourself, when other people influence you. When situations influence you. When you make all your decisions based on what outside of you determines.
See, most of us don't understand the science of controlling everything within our 3-foot world, right? You know, when I say 3-foot world, if you better yet, just stick your arm out in front of your face and spin around in a circle real slow. That is your perimeter. Before you control the world, learn to control everything within that perimeter. Because within that perimeter is your body. Can you control what goes in your body? Can you control what goes on your body? Can you control how your body looks? Can you control the thoughts that you are thinking? Right? So when you start planting these seeds, what starts happening is you start going over things in your life that taught you lessons that you did not know. You expose yourself to your innate wisdom. You expose yourself to you expose your personality or who you think you are to who you really are. And now, at the end of the 90-day process, you get to make a choice. Either I'm going to continue being who I thought I was, or I'm going to begin being who I really am. Because who you really are is where the greatness lies. Who you think you are is where all your failures lie. You understand? You got to keep up, right? You got to eliminate the stress from your life. You got to understand the most important single ingredient of the formula, which goes back to all the proverbs that we had today. So what I'm gonna do is I was trying to hold out for Sister Janelle to come back in because I don't want to keep y'all longer than I have to. All right, we're gonna stop it right there. I dropped some on the 224 process because I know some of y'all been seeing that in all my posts, and I basically talked about it because I have a course that will be available to all individuals that are on a journey, and especially those that's in the Gye-Nyame tribe, because it's time to stop playing. It's time for us to stop playing. We're moving into tougher times, and as they say on one of the YouTube channels that I watch, the Silver Shield, it's time to find real friends, develop real skills. You know what I'm saying? You need to start pulling in your tribe. You know what I'm saying? You need to start clicking with those like-minded, like spirit individuals. Those that you need to start building that tribe. You know what I'm saying? Because we have a saying in Gye-Nyame, blood is thicker than water, but spirit is thicker than blood. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to find those individuals around you that are part of your spiritual tribe so that you, in these hard times that's coming, in the economic hard times that may be approaching us, and in some of the stuff that's about to go down, because we don't know, because we're sitting in a place in time where, as a group, we could decide to move towards a heavenly existence or move towards a total hell. And due to history, I'm in doubt of our ability to choose right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm choosing to start building with those of like-minded. Speaking of that, those of you that's been listening to the station, you know that I'm a strong supporter of the Simba and Simsa circles, the Simba Nation. I put up a link for those of you that have the wherewithal to donate, those that have the heart to donate to something positive. Help us send some young people to camp, because camping season is coming up at the end of this month. So it's kind of 2 months early, but hey, that's cool. Some of y'all got it. Every dime helps. Every dollar helps. All the money that you donate on that link, the link is called CrowdWise. Every dime that you donate to CrowdWise,
Every dime goes to rescue, release, and restore. It don't even touch my hands. It don't touch my account. It goes straight there, because I want y'all to know there's no fuckery going on with what I'm doing. I'm very serious about my nation building. I'm very serious about this. So if you would support, give a young man or a young lady an opportunity. You could earmark the money, whether it's for SIMSA or whether it's for Simba or either or, but make sure they know that it's coming from the Columbus chapter. That's all I ask. You know what I'm saying? Or it's coming through Gye-Nyame, all right? So, hey, it's been a great night. Thank you for listening. I want to send shouts out to Mr. Deity for this track, Divine Fresh, that we came in on. I want to send shouts out to Sister Ross for coming in on the show. If you want to hear the rest of the show, because she had some powerful comments, she made some excellent points and asked and answered some great questions. We did some real wisdom mining. We took those crystallized little pieces of wisdom and broke them down. You know, those of you used to smoke weed, you know that when you get some good weed, you got to go in there and you got to break it down. You got to break it down so that you can be able to use it. And that's the same way we got to look at these proverbs and these folk tales. There's wisdom in there. We just got to break them down to get the wisdom and to get the lesson that's meant for us at the time when we read it. All right, so this is Brother Hatim, and I'm out.
Mr. Deity.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. This is a Heart of a Symbol production. Where we strive to blow up your old paradigms.
Now's the perfect time to pursue your master's degree at Ohio Dominican University. ODU's graduate programs in business, healthcare administration, and education can be completed 100% online or on campus. Apply now at ohiodominican.edu/grad.
All right, what's up? This is Brother Hatim coming at you live and direct. I am here for a tribal quote tonight. We're going to kick it off. I'm kind of hyped, but yet again, I'm kind of tired. I'm still trying to get used to doing this late night thing. So I'm going to take you to page 52 of tribal quotes. Those that want to join and be a little bit more in the loop, you get the book and keep up with me and use the book in your own personal way. We usually only do one of the proverbs on tribal quotes, but today because we're trying to do something new, and I'm building up on the show. I'm gonna walk through all three of them, and then we're gonna discuss all three. If you have any questions, any comments, feel free to text me. Feel free to instant message me. Feel free to even, in some instances, call me, because it may show up on here, because we're doing this in a hangout. First off, I want to send shots and love out to those that do take the time to listen, whether you're listening live or whether you're listening later. Make sure you subscribe to our Gye-Nyame Journey channel. Make sure you follow us on Google+. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Gye-Nyame Radio. All right, at Gye-Nyame Radio. You'll see me with the with the dreads and stuff like that. So, hey, now it's time to get started. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run through all three of them, then I'm gonna come back to the main screen. All right. So we on day 52. Man, we did 50. Think about this. This is only one show. We have done 52 of these. You know what I'm saying? So one, this says something about the consistency, and this also, my piece is, if you build it, the ancestors will fill it up. So I've been doing this, and we don't know. I don't know where it's gonna go, but hey, it's going somewhere, because I've been consistent on my air game. Now I'm going to download this eventually and put it up on the Spreaker for those that's been following me on Spreaker. But I'm trying to do this so I can get people more involved. What's coming in the future, right? Those of you that's joining me, hold on for a second, because I am I will bring you in after I read the Proverbs. What we are moving towards is eventually I'll be able to take calls. So right now I'm putting the money to the side so that I can go on and get the mixer, so that I can plug my phone in. So in order to do that, I got to get rid of this digital mic, which I love. I got to get me some stylish audio mics, not digital, audio mics, so I can plug them into the mixer, as well as run my phone through it so I can receive calls directly from those that are listening. So we can take the show to a whole nother level. So this is Brother Hatim. Once again, I want to welcome you to Tribal Quote. So let's get started. Day 52. God doesn't require you to succeed. He only requires that you try. Mother Teresa. Next one. Whatever you fear most has no power. It is your fear that has the power. That's Oprah Winfrey. Don't let your enemies get in the way of your work. That's from Niger and Nigeria. That's a Hausa proverb. So let me come back to the main screen. See, I'm getting better at this, y'all. I'm getting better at this. I'm going to take that off. Hopefully, y'all got it up on your stuff. I'm going to stop screen sharing. All right. So here we go. Woo!